Are live.
Good evening and welcome to the Out of School Time Community Conversation with Maryland State Superintendent of Public Schools, Mohammed Choudhury. I am Ellie Mitchell, Executive Director of the Maryland Out of School Time Network, and I will be your facilitator this evening. We are live streaming this conversation on YouTube from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. If you are viewing on the live stream, you can use the chat to make comments throughout the evening. It is my pleasure to welcome Superintendent Mohammed Choudhury, State Board of Education members Chun Chin Bianca Chang and Dr. Holly Wilcox, and our participants and interpreters to the conversation this evening. The Maryland Out of School Time Network is one of the 50 statewide after-school networks supported by the Charles Stewart Mott Foundation. And we also serve as the Maryland affiliate to the National After School Association. Young people spend 80% of their lives outside of the school day. Our goal is to increase the quality and equity of access to after school and summer programs for Maryland school-age young people. And our work focuses on supporting improvements in policy, program quality, and building a sense of connection across the diverse field of youth development, which we're definitely representing here tonight. Out of school time refers to a wide range of before school, after school, and summer programming for students, including tutoring, academic enrichment, arts and music education, college and workforce readiness, mentoring, recreation, character education, and more. The Maryland State Department of Education supports out of school time programs that provide students with academic enrichment, activities, and services that complement their regular academic day to help them meet state and local academic standards in core academic subjects. Lots of academics there. Tonight, we will learn about OST programs that are connected to MSDE and MOST from the perspectives of students, families, providers, and partners. We hope to hear about their experiences with OST programs and their ideas for how we can better support innovation and effective OST programming and ensure programs are accessible to more students. In recognition of the power of after-school and summer programming, the U.S. Department of Education recently launched Engage Every Student, a partnership with the School Superintendents Association, the After School Alliance, and the National Summer Learning Association, among others. And you can follow this initiative at www.engageeverystudent.org. Now we will hear from Superintendent Choudhury for his opening remarks.
Thank you, Ellie. I really appreciate you guys coming here. Look at this beautiful room looking like Maryland and our country. And I love that we have one of the most important things for me has been to expand the tent. The department has sucked at that, and we will no longer suck at that. And I want to make sure, yes, I can also be colloquial sometimes, and we are going to do a better job in engaging. This is one of, many, many more conversations. I grew up in Los Angeles. I went to Title I schools, and my parents worked 40 plus hours. And where I spent the time after 3 o'clock was basically in Beyond the Bell programs, which is essentially after school programs all throughout my lifetime. They provided childcare. When I fell behind in math, kept me out of trouble, especially in middle school, and many other things. We know it is not just a nice to have, it is an essential piece, especially for our families who have been historically underserved. Every child deserves a caring adult who will look after them, support them socially, emotionally, academically, beyond the school day. And that needs to be a guaranteed promise to every child in Maryland, regardless of where they live. And out of school time providers are absolutely crucial to that. And so I'm excited to have this conversation. Thank you, Ellie, for facilitating. And one thing I'll say, speak your truth, right? And so definitely speak your truth. The thing to know about me is I'm a policy nerd at heart, and policy is one of the things State Board and I do a lot of. So when you share something, I may ask a follow-up question, but if something is broken, like, and you are proposing a fix, what does that look like in policy? What does that look like? So you don't have to share it that way, but I might probe you in that way, just because that's the world we live in here at the state level. And so I definitely am going to be interested on that, because, you know, my job is to bottle things up and make it happen everywhere, right? Across all of our 24 jurisdictions. So with that, thank you, board members. Holly, Bianca, I have an awesome state board who likes to hang out with me after 6 p.m. So I appreciate them being here. And with that, Ellie, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your opening remarks, Superintendent Choudhury. Now I'd like to invite Dr. Wilcox to make remarks before we move forward.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Ellie. Thank you for facilitating. I don't want to take up time. I just wanted to thank all the participants and all of you for being here and sharing your thoughts and your experiences with us. And I just really look forward to the conversation. So thank you for having me.
All right. Well, thank you both for these opening remarks. Before we get to know our participants, I'd like to go over a few housekeeping items. As a reminder, this meeting is live streamed and recorded, so your participation implies consent to be recorded. Please stay muted while you are not speaking and use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to share. As you share, we ask you to be mindful of our interpreters by speaking clearly and slowly enough for them to provide this important service. Now we are ready to meet our participants. It's a great group. I'm going to ask you to please introduce yourself by stating your name, county, OST program, and role as a student, parent, provider, or partner. And I'm going to call on you by organization. So when I call your organization, all of the representatives from that organization should introduce themselves. So we're going to start with Asian American Lead.
Hi, everybody. My name is Akil Vora. I'm the Executive Director of Asian American Lead. We undertake our work in Montgomery County, DC, and in Virginia. And we are an out-of-school time provider.
Hello all, my name is Anastasia Tsoi. I'm an A-Lead Maryland program manager.
Hello, my name is Anuka and I'm a rising 8th grader in Montgomery County Public School. And I'm part of Asian American Lead and I'm representing youth.
Hi, my name is David Sumang. I'm a parent in Montgomery County, part of the AA Lead.
Thank you, AA Lead team there. We're going to move over to Baltimore City and B360.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ebony Larry, and I am the program manager for B360.
Good evening. My name is India, and I am the parent of one of the participants with Baltimore B360.
Good morning, everyone. I am a junior instructor with B360.
Hello, I'm Julian Johnson. I'm assistant for B360.
Awesome. Now from Baltimore City all the way out to Washington County, we want the Boost Bester Community of Hope Sanmar program.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda Boyle, Washington County. I'm the community school coordinator at Bester Community of Hope, and our after-school program is called Boost.
Now going a little north and east, we're going to go to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Harford and Cecil counties.
Hi, I'm Derek DeWitt. I'm the CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Harford and Cecil counties. We're actually serving in 3 counties now, Harford, Cecil, and Kent counties, and out of school time. Happy to be here. Thank you very much.
And do we have more members of your team there, Derek?
I think they were having trouble logging on, actually. I'm trying to troubleshoot that now.
Okay, then we'll move on. Going all the way over to the Eastern Shore with Building African American Minds, or BAM.
Good evening, Dina Daly. I'm the Executive Director of BAM, and we offer after-school programming and summer program as well. Thank you for having me.
Hi, I'm Damika Baker Wilson. I am a parent of one of the BAM Girls Program participants.
Hi, my name is Tanya Skinner, and I too am a parent of one of the BAM participants.
Excellent. Now I'd like to have my friends from the Latin American Youth Center introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Jackie Orellana. I am the LOIC Maryland Multicultural Youth Center's Educational Programs Manager.
And I think our parent is one of our people receiving interpretation tonight. So.
Hola, buenas noches. Mi nombre es Aurelia Malváez. Soy madre de 3 niños del programa de donde la señorita Orellana nos presta el servicio, nos orienta.
Hi, my name is Aurelia Malváez. I'm the mother of 3, and I'm a mother of the program of Jackie Orellana.
Thank you very much. And Community Bridges.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Rosalie Perez. I am the Education and Family Engagement Manager at Community Bridges, and we are based in Montgomery County.
Oh, and my good friends from Maryland 4-H.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Amy Lang. I'm with University of Maryland 4-H down in Southern Maryland in Charles County.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kirsten Cowan. I'm also with the University of Maryland 4-H, right next door to Charles in Calvert County.
And as we circle back around to Baltimore City and our friends at No Boundaries. Are we missing our No Boundaries tonight? We will come back around and collect them if we did not get to them. And then last but not least ever, the YMCA statewide Youth and Government Program.
Hi, everybody. I am Heather Naviaski. I'm the Executive Director of the Teen Experience at the Y. And I have the awesome pleasure of supporting 6,000 teens in our college and career readiness and workforce development programming.
Awesome. So we have one more person, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm Marley. I'm a rising high school senior from Montgomery County, and I'm the youth governor of YMCA's Youth and Government Program.
All right. Before we move into questions, was there anyone that we missed in our introduction round? I don't see any hands, so we're going to jump right in. All right. Thank you very much for introducing yourselves. As we transition into our questions, we are looking forward to a rich and robust conversation about your experiences and ideas for better supporting out-of-school time programs. We want you to be as open and honest as possible. So we ask that you do not share the names of your specific schools, names of your staff or youth to protect their privacy, while also allowing you to share as much of your experience as possible. We have a lot to discuss and a limited time for all of us to share a little bit around the table. So each participant chose questions that are most important to them to discuss this evening. So we will be calling on you for those specific questions to make sure everyone is able to share. If we are running short on time, you have more to share, please use the chat function. And to our YouTube live viewers, please also share your thoughts and questions in the chat. So our first question is, what strategies are out-of-school time programs using to support students to accelerate learning? For the students and families, what aspects of out-of-school time programs help you or your student learn and get your student excited about learning? We're going to start with Anuka on this question.
While A lead makes sure to implement moving activities and icebreakers in their lesson plans, which gets me and my friends more ready to learn. Because A lead staff knows that us students do not like sitting in, one spot for a long time. So they make sure we feel comfortable and get the education we need.
Thank you. Aurelia? We're just
Disculpe,
waiting.
tenía problemas con el micrófono.
I'm sorry, I had my mic off.
Los programas de tiempo extraescolar están ayudando a nuestros jóvenes buscando alternativas para ellos y tratando de involucrarlos al nivel que ellos necesitan, pues ya que no todos tienen la capacidad de aprender, y ahí es donde entran los programas y les están ayudando de la mejor manera, haciéndolos que no estén en las calles, haciéndolos que estén en las escuelas, trabajando en sus materias, incluyéndolos en field trips, incluyéndolos en arte, en música, y eso es muy, muy satisfactorio para ellos, sentirse parte de una comunidad que los necesita también.
These programs are very, very beneficial for children since they make them be involved, be part of a community, since they include them in field trips and in extracurricular activities. They make our children feel part of a community, and they are very beneficial for our children.
Thank you. And Amanda. You might be on mute if.
Sorry, I was not anticipating answering this question. So I'm just reviewing it to refresh my mind here. So our out of school time program really utilizes the activities and enrichment ideas that our students come up with. And we survey them very often so that we know, hey, I'm really into Legos. So I'll say, all right, how do I make Legos social emotional learning? How do I add math? How do I add reading? So we really try to dive into what our students are enjoying or can identify as something they might want to learn more about. And then we take that and we shape our enrichment programs around, what our community partners can do, what we have access to, and what the students enjoy.
I think there are lots of opportunities to make Legos social emotional learning, for sure. Right. Thank you. I wanted to just say that the next question is really near and dear to my heart. We've been hosting a career and college readiness learning community for out of school time programs. Our friends at Community Bridges have been a real leader on that front. And so I wanted to ask Rosalie, how do you know your out of school time program is preparing students to be successful in college and or career?
Yeah, thank you, Ellie. So at Community Bridges, in addition to having our after school program, we also have our College Access and Success program. It is a comprehensive college access, attainment, and retention program that serves our high school girls. Our CV girls receive college and career awareness program starting the spring of their junior year. As a rising senior in the program, each CV girl receives summer programming, access to college visits, and college admission sessions. Our staff provides support through all phases of the college process, including application, financial aid, and scholarship search process. But for us, it's also super important to have the involvement of the family. So we also offer additional support to the families through workshops and college readiness, and also like navigating the financial aid process. And although the program mainly focuses on our 9th through 12th grade students, we also begin to introduce the college and career concepts to our students in elementary and middle school through activities and program and college tours. For example, we took a group of our middle schoolers to a tour of American University a few months ago, and they loved it. For many, that was their first time stepping foot on a college campus. And of course, the tour was tailored to their age group, but introduced them to just college life and what college may mean to them. And I would just like to add that the past year, our program was composed of 38 high school seniors. Out of the 38, 100% of those girls will be attending a 4-year college or university in the fall. So we're super proud of our girls for working so hard.
Rosalie, quick question. How do people enroll in the program? Is it like Montgomery County refers out, schools refer out, or you guys, like, how does it happen? Like, how did these 38 girls end up in this awesome program that's clearly helping them go to college?
Yeah, so our program we only serve girls in Montgomery County. And specifically right now, we're in the Down County region. We are trying to expand, but of course that requires more hands. Yeah, so based on the schools that we are at, we just start recruiting through counselors and stuff like that. We honestly try to focus on a 9-year continuum. Our program starts in 4th grade all the way through 12th grade. So our goal is honestly for our girls to begin in 4th grade and end with us all the way through.
Got it. It reminds me of the Posse Foundation, right? You start early and you follow them through, and there's power in looping with the kids.
Yeah.
Great. Sorry, Ellie.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I'm going to shoot this question over to you, Marley. How is your program helping prepare you to be successful for college or a career?
Yeah, so hi, again, I'm Marley and I'm representing Maryland Youth in Government. And I am a rising senior and I'm interested in studying political science in college. And a lot of my friends are unsure about what they want to do in their career or in college. And I always tell them that they need an affirming experience, something to give them a taste of what path they would like to go down so that they can help affirm whether that's their passion or maybe help them lead them towards a different one. And YMCA Youth in Government program has definitely been my affirming experience. In Youth in Government, students are encouraged to write bills on state issues, and then we debate them in the Real State House in Annapolis. I started out Youth in Government as a shy freshman who didn't know much about politics, and now I'm a confident rising senior who was recently elected as the youth governor of the program. And this is not just me. At every Youth in Government conference I attend, whether it's on a state level or a national level, I've watched shy first years turn into confident public speakers that are eloquently speaking about an idea that they're passionate about. Youth in Government is really a place where people want you to succeed and people are telling you that your voice matters. And when kids are receiving that kind of empowerment, they feel capable in other areas too. And because of Youth in Government, I've done a lot of amazing things because of that empowerment, including starting a virtual tutoring program during the pandemic and advocating to health curriculum writers to make our curriculum more inclusive and comprehensive. And I know that I'll be able to carry that confidence into college and hopefully my career as well. So Youth in Government really just makes students more civically engaged and affirm their interest in government. And we need to create affirming experiences that cater to a wide range of interests and that are accessible as possible in order to help all students find their voices, their confidence, and their purpose.
Awesome. I can feel Heather beaming at you, the pride of the experience that you just shared. That's really amazing. Thank you. And then B360, Ebony, B360 is such a unique program. How do you make the connections between your program and college and career readiness?
Thank you. So B360 merges dirt bike culture with STEM. We run a culturally responsive STEM education program around the city of Baltimore. We go in and out of schools, rec centers, and different other community organizations. We teach the students about the engineering design process and take them through a series of different hands-on interactive activities. So they learn about engineering design, dirt bike mechanics, the science of it, how it translates into STEM. We learn about like 3D modeling. They use 3D pens. We also work on them about like entrepreneurship, presentation skills. And we have like a culminating project where they basically do a presentation to a client. We also expose our students to different, so like we have trips planned this summer. We're going to like Howard University Engineering Department, Morgan University Engineering Department. We have like a couple other trips like I Fly. We try to take them to places where they're having fun, but they're also learning. And so we're very proud. We have a first cohort of B360 students. We call them the B360 bunch. They're all about 16, 15, 16 years old now, but they started the program when they were about 8 or 9. And now they work as youth instructors with us. Treasure is one of them. And, you know, we're just really proud of them. They've been able to be on the Kelly Clarkson show, the Steve Harvey show, all the local news outlets, and just being able to talk to them about their experiences in the program and how it's introduced them to not just engineering, but different STEM fields. And a lot of them either want to go into engineering or different science fields. A lot of in addition to our STEM education program, we also have a workforce development program. So we've been able to provide opportunities to our participants to go and work at places like NASA, Red Bull, Lockheed Martin, but we've also made connections with higher education opportunities. We had a partnership with the BCCC NASA STEM Scholars Program.
Wow, that's a lot. It's clear that you are building those strong connections, building those career skills, as well as making those connections for additional educational opportunities. Superintendent, did you have a follow-up question?
Want to know when I can sign up to learn to dirt bike, and how close are you guys to getting this long overdue dirt bike park in the city so we can have a safe place for our kids to be able to dirt bike and do those things. But I'm serious about, I will come and learn if it's available.
It is definitely available. So actually tomorrow we will be at Druid Park. We'll have the small electric dirt bikes out there for the kids to ride. It's a family, like it's called Rex Extravaganza. But we also are starting our B360 camp at the beginning of August. August 2nd is our first day. So we'll go all throughout the month of August. We will be riding gas dirt bikes. It's going to be like Tuesday through Thursday. I can definitely send you an invite, and you
just show up and you can ride. You can just show up and just ride.
Oh, have a camp. We're going to have about 30 participants. It's going to be fun. We'll be riding from Tuesday through Thursday. On Friday, we'll do our fun interactive trips, but we will be sure to get you the information so you can come and see us.
I can tell the state board it's for community engagement. It technically is, so they want me to engage. They want me to engage, so I will. I take it to another level. Where are you guys in? Because you guys want to build a park. I've read that. Where are you guys with that quest?
Yes. So on March 25th, that was B360 Day declared by Mayor Brandon Scott. And we launched our funding campaign to raise $10 million over the next 3 years to build our B360 campus. We are working with the city of Baltimore. We have a couple potential sites identified. So we're working on like just nailing that down, exactly figuring out what's the best space, like just as far as like the community engagement and things like that. Like it will be a bit loud. So, you know, we don't want to infringe or anything like that. So we're being very careful with the selection process, but we anticipate that it'll be much more than a dirt bike park. Like I said, it's going to be a campus. We're going to have a large building that has classrooms for programming space. So during the day, we'll be doing workforce development. In the afternoon, we'll be doing after school programming. We'll have an indoor and an outdoor park. We'll have a conference room for meeting space. We'll have an auto body shop, a gift shop. So it's just like going to be like a whole venue. So the idea is like, as we become more robust, if like Monster Jam wanted to come to Baltimore, they could use our space as a venue, and then that will add revenue to the city as well.
Absolutely. I just wanted you to say that. I've read what you guys want to do, but I want people to hear it because it's more than the dirt bike. And how you're leveraging that is the power of what you can do with out of school time. So thank you. Sorry, Ellie, I just had to, this one is a favorite of mine when I found out that it's an organization like this.
That's totally fine. I'm looking forward to seeing the social media video of you riding the dirt bikes. That'll be really fun. I've also always wanted to learn. This question has one more respondent, which is Akil. Can you tell us about the college connections through Asian American Lead and
Sure.
career?
Yeah, thanks for the question, and thank you for the entire team who put this convening together. So AA Lead has been in existence for almost 25 years. And during this time, we've really kind of modeled our program focused on positive youth development and focusing on three main pillars. So that's identity, that's helping our youth understand who they are, and also who they are in a multicultural environment. Leadership, so focusing on developing skills to become active participants in our community. That's public speaking, that's community service, that's our youth council, where those youth are really given autonomy to work on their own discrete projects, on community service or advocacy or any range of matters that they choose, and we help support them. And then educational empowerment. We know the transition from middle school to high school is critical, so we focus a lot of effort at that point, and also the transition between high school and college, and all of it between, right? Acting as that liaison between our youth and school counselors to ensure that they know who their counselors are and they're receiving that sort of guidance. So a real connection with the schools that we're working with, tutoring and assisting with college applications. And we also have a mentoring program. So I think a few things that make our program unique is that, I think we all know the benefits of having teachers and role models who look like us, right? And our entire staff is 100% BIPOC. And we have that cultural competency, and we often have those language skills to be able to engage with the AAPI, the Asian American Pacific Islander population. And that's immensely important. It's the largest demographic, the fastest growing demographic in this country. And we've seen from the latest census numbers, the huge growth in Maryland. But let's talk about some of our outcomes. So we've seen an increase in attendance in schools from youth who are in our programs. We know that school attendance is a strong driver of success. We've seen the growth of our students, right? They're utilizing their voice to articulate their concerns now and helping navigate their current schools and carrying those schools to the next stage in college and beyond. And then social emotional learning is a critical part of what we focus on. So we know it has a positive impact on a wide range of outcomes, academic performance and healthy relationships, mental wellness. And we have a high percentage of our youth who are actually attending college, right? Which is critically important. So, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't really address what's going on with our youth right now, particularly in the context of the pandemic. So we are seeing increased issues of mental health, and I'm sure all of my colleagues here will probably note that. High, notes of suicidal ideation. So these are critical issues, and we've amended our curriculum and training our staff to be able to be better supports for the youth that we serve. And we're proud to be a partner with Montgomery County in some of that work. One last note that I think would be extremely helpful for us and maybe other out-of-school time providers is thinking through data collection agreements with schools and districts. So if we have better access to school data, then we can be in a better position to showcase what impact we have. So we've been around for 25 years and things have changed quite a bit recently. And to engage in some partnerships, you often have to agree to terms where you're not collecting the data when we currently are, which seems a little counterintuitive. But yeah, thank you.
You're helping me transition to my next question, honestly, which is about these partnerships. And I did just want to go back and acknowledge that the social and emotional well-being of young people is actually very critical to their career and college readiness, right? You can't go on to a four-year college if you're not feeling supported and healthy from that perspective, in addition to your academics. So I just wanted to give props to the emphasis you put on that. So the next question is, out-of-school time programs require effective school and community partnerships. How do your school, communities, and OST programs partner? What is working well? What needs to be better? I want my folks to be honest here. And we're gonna start with Dina. on this question?
Thank you for the question. We work really well with our local school system. We began our after-school programming without having a facility to actually run the program. So we're located, majority of program is run through their elementary school system. Very good relationship with our principal, our guidance counselors, and our teachers. Some of them are also our tutors in our after-school program. So that link between the classroom and our after-school programming occurs naturally, so that we know how the kids are doing during the day and what we need to focus in our after-school programming in the afternoon. So that really has been, a great relationship for us with our school system. We've had different superintendents, but they all value what we do in our community and have maintained that relationship, and we continue to expand on what we do with them. We're invited to events. They're invited to our events as well. So they're a partner, and the families know who they are, and we know who they are as well. And so that it's a link there. And we also partner with other after-school programming that's taking place at the school. So our children are all getting together, and sometimes we have events that we coordinate with other partners right there in the school system.
Awesome, thank you. And Jackie from our friends at the Latin American Youth Center.
Yeah, thank you. Our team has been instrumental in supporting our students and also our families during this continuous pandemic. We have partnered with different organizations to support the high needs of food insecurity. So we've been able to play a key role in providing basic needs, such as providing weekly food distributions that are still taking place every week, Thursdays at our site, distribution of diapers and clothing. We also have helped our families navigate the education system and encourage them to be empowered and become more active in their children's education. So we partnered with certain schools to provide virtual English literacy classes, to provide those to our parents and families, and being able to enjoy, how to learn in English and also support this children's education. We've partnered with schools, and that they have been a key partner, and we have AmeriCorps members who assist teachers during the in-school learning to serve as mentors. In addition, we have been supporting schools with school-wide events and providing them with additional resources. We also have provided after-school and summer programs to expose students to mentors, various speakers, field trips, and team bonding activities. And our focus is academic support, coaching students about studying habits, communicating with their teachers, and the importance of staying engaged in school. But also, we start in middle school after-school programs to create a pathway for high schools to support our youth with college readiness and job readiness as well.
Thank you. I think that the whole helping students communicate with their teachers role is so super important. I'm going to circle back to question 1 for a minute, because we were joined by Tiara from No Boundaries. And I also wanted to have the opportunity to have Anastasia and Dave weigh in on question 1. So let's start with an introduction first from Tiara, just who you are, your organization, where you're from, what role you play at that organization. I think
hello,
there you go.
Hello, hi. My name is Sierra Carter. My daughter is actually a part of No Boundaries Youth Coalition as a youth advocate, and she's been enrolled for like. Boundaries is basically a community.
Oh, Tiara,
217 area.
Okay, you're coming in and out a little bit, so I don't know if you can hold the phone somewhere closer. There you go. Let's. So we want to hear just your quick introduction, your name, your role, and then we're going to ask the question of how is No Boundaries engaging your student? How are they helping to support learning for your student?
They support her basically. First of all, with her social emotional, she had a lot of issues, social emotional, especially like with the pandemic. So throughout the pandemic, No Boundaries was able to help pull her out of that. And they also community-based programming. So they also work with her on speaking out and helping in the community and just coming up with ideas to make work with herself in the community.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, community engagement and civics and being involved in community is such an important experience for students to have. Dave or Anastasia, do you want to weigh in a little bit on that, again, on that question number one that we started out with?
Yes, I would like to give Dave is our A lead parent. I would like to give him an opportunity and then I'll answer the question. Thank you.
Sorry, was muted there. So AA Leads has been, for our family, a really good outlet, a really good place for my child who, normally at school, you're put in a cohort. And so you stay with these same group of kids who are the same age. There's a lot of bullying and stuff from older kids. And in the program, he's put together with other age kids who are not bullying him. He's socially, he's maturing through these two different age group. Yeah, that's
awesome. And Anastasia?
Yes, thank you, Dave. Thank you, Anuka. I would like to point out that Anuka is our third generation A leader in our programs, and we have 4 generations who have been through A lead. So answering your questions, and if we're going to talk about numbers, I would like to point out that A lead support low-income and underserved Asian American Pacific Islander youth in 3 regions, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And of course, I'm representing Maryland. So we're on 3 programs in Montgomery County, which is after-school program that it's run from September to June, summer program that we run right now. Please welcome Superintendent Choudhury. Please come to us as well. And we have a mentoring program. We have a mentoring program that is 12 months long. So to address the questions, we aim to create a foundation for youth to understand who they are, especially because we are all minorities, right? But we Asian American, and we always fight with the model minority myth in our workshops. So we create foundation to understand the identity. As Akil said, we provide support through educational transition, and we are doing this in our summer program. A lot of kids, a lot of youth have struggled, especially during the pandemic, how to transition from middle to high school and from high school to college. And we also, we prepare youth to talk about mental health and be open about mental health issues. In May, we hosted the mental health convening in Montgomery County. So we talk about mental health. It was 2 days mental health convening. And answering your questions, to accelerate youth learning, we combine workshops on leadership, mental health, advocacy, public speaking with something fun, right? Because our youth really like something fun. So we are combining with creating writing, art sessions to ensure youth have a strong foundation for academic success. And we at A-Elite, we take the growth of our youth very seriously and personally sometimes, and we try to incorporate youth feedback and recommendation during the year so we can change change the program so we can improve the program and make it more effective for our youth. And just to talk about numbers, in the fiscal year 2022, we served more than 100 students in Montgomery County. And in our summer program, we have 28 students that represents 11 MCPS schools.
Thank you, Anastasia. I really appreciate that. And I'm so glad you guys just talked about that continuum of services. I need to circle back to question number 3, talking about our effective school and community partnerships. And I wanted to pose that question to Amy Lang at 4-H. 4-H is definitely, you guys are known for partnering. So tell us a little bit about that from your perspective.
Sure. Thank you so much for having us and for this opportunity. As you mentioned, 4-H really is grounded in partnerships. We were founded as part of the Land Grant Cooperative Extension Service, meaning we're supposed to extend the research from the university out into the communities. And so we can't do that without partnering. And we really are tasked with doing some of those investigations with our community partners and discovering what they think is most essential in our communities, and then customizing our programs to meet those needs. So we have 4-H programs in every county in the nation. They all look really different because the community needs in each of those counties is going to be unique and different. So we do successfully partner with parks and recreation departments, public and private schools, community service agencies like local management boards and health departments. And I think we have found in Maryland that it's been wildly successful when we connect really well with individual teachers and principals. But I think one suggestion would be seeing if we can figure out a way to reach that more systemic partnership level, and maybe having some written partnership agreements and things that are going to extend beyond changes in personnel and extend through policies and things like that. We've seen some success with those in certain counties that have adopted that. So, and I would definitely agree as well with the data collection piece. We're part of University of Maryland, and so everything we do is evidence-based. And so we really like to have the data to prove that our programs are doing what we think they're doing. And sometimes it is hard to access that data. So I would echo that sentiment. But partnerships are great. We love partnering with the schools, and we've got lots of successful pieces throughout the state, but we'd love to do even more.
Awesome. Thanks, Amy. So we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk about how we get youth into these programs, these wonderful, amazing programs that you're offering. How are you recruiting youth? How are you retaining them? And for the students and families, how did you hear about your OST program and what keeps you involved? And for this, we're going to start with Derek. I know you're across 3 counties, so you have a big job there.
Yeah, and I'll do my very best to represent the Boys and Girls Clubs throughout the state of Maryland, because there are different models, and those models require a different angle for recruitment and retention. But the baseline is fun. You're getting out of school. Like, the last thing that anybody wants to do right after they get out of school is more homework. But if you provide a fun, welcoming, inclusive environment where kids know that they're safe, they're going to come running. And literally that's what we see. They come running to our doors. In our school-based programs, we have to try to replicate that environment in a school setting, which can prove challenging just because it's physically the same space that they've been in for whatever portion of their day. But we have found that through proper youth development professionals and the training of those individuals, the relationships developed there are the critical component to recruitment, retention, and ongoing positive youth development. So I would love to say that I've got like the best advertisement in town, but in reality, it's a lot of word of mouth. It's a lot of working with the school systems. The school systems have been wonderful to work with. One of the things they've done recently that was tremendous was just opening up opportunities for people to be able, or for organizations like ours to share our information and the opportunities we're creating. But yeah, overall, it's the people that do the work. That's the real reason why kids come, and they keep coming back on a daily basis.
Thank you, Derek. And how about our parents from BAM, Tanya and Damika?
It's Damika.
Damika, sorry.
It's fine. We are obviously on the Eastern Shore, far more rural, and probably much more closer knit than many of the other communities. So I don't want to discard the importance of word of mouth and just having kind of grassrootsy type of relationships with people that are connected to the organization. I know for me, my family has been involved with DINA and BAM since my husband was in high school. So for us, it's a different type of story. But I don't want to discard the importance of having those types of meaningful connections and getting to know programs like this in a more intimate way. So for us, it was through those types of relationships, but working together with the school systems, public and private. BAM connects with students starting in first grade, and they end up being family relationships that literally last for years.
And what about you, Tanya? How did you get connected?
Well, back in 2021, I received an email from the school, and it was basically extending an invitation from BAM to my daughter. They were starting the very first summer camp for girls. And I was really excited because prior to that, BAM has been around, I think, since like 2005 for like 17 years. And basically it was just for boys. So with them starting this program for girls, first grade girls, I was excited. And then they told us everything that they were going to be involved in. Lots of social skills, because back then we were still dealing with the pandemic. So I was happy that she would be able to reignite her social skills. I mean, she was practically friendless, bless her heart, but through this program, she's been able to reconnect with a lot of the young ladies and the boys, in the program, and it's just been awesome for us.
Power of an email.
Absolutely. I also, we have been joined by, tell me if I say it right, Kiana Barnes, who is a Boys and Girls Club parent. Kiana, how did you end up getting connected, or how did your student end up getting connected to the Boys and Girls Club?
So my daughters, I have two daughters that go to the Boys and Girls Club, and they have been going, I believe, for maybe 3 years now. So I actually got connected by way of another parent. She kind of just told me like, hey, I was new to the area, new to the county. And she's like, hey, if you're looking for a quality place, here's a flyer, you should go check it out. And I did, and I really honestly can say like it was the best decision like ever. It has truly over these 3 years became a second family, a second home for my daughters. They really have thrived. It's like awesome to see and to watch the relationships that they have built. Even throughout the pandemic and with everything that's been going on socially, emotionally, academically, it's been like a comfort just for me as a parent to know that they're in a place where they're valued and they're safe and they're being nurtured and they're building these strong relationships.
Thank you. I also wanted to see India and Julian and Treasure. How did you all end up getting connected with B360?
I can start. Hello, everyone. I'm India. I'm the parent of Treasure Trimble. I actually have a set of twins that attends B360. She has a twin brother. Well, for our story, my brother-in-law lived right in back of where B360 holds their program currently. So he heard the dirt bikes over on the lot, which is the B&O Railroad parking lot. So he went over there and asked them about it because our kids have been riding dirt bikes since they were able to get on a bike. And that's when he was told exactly how to register them and they could start. It's been amazing. It's really been amazing. They've only been in that program for 1 year. My son has rode on his first airplane through them. So he's been to meet Steve Harvey. He went to the Steve Harvey camp this summer. They have met with Brandon Scott. They've met a lot of politicians. The network is awesome. And they have gotten opportunities that they have never had before. The founder, Miss Brittany, she pays for everything through the program with them. So everything is free of charge. She's always taking them to restaurants. You know, they do a lot of conferences and get a lot of networking going on with people in the city. So I could go on and on, but I know I have my 2-minute limit. Like it's amazing. It's just amazing for them to have these opportunities and it's free. So I've just been trying to get the word out to a lot of people who have kids because it's not just for boys, it's for boys and girls. It's an awesome program and it's more programs needed like that.
I'm just tracking the power of an email, the power of referral, the power of just hearing bikes in the background and then thinking about what's going on and then telling someone about it. And here we are. And so I'm just tracking how you guys are learning about the program. So it's very it's many things, right? And so I appreciate you guys sharing all your stories on this.
Hi everybody, I'm Treasure. B360 has introduced me to a lot of learning opportunities over time. Every day I'm able to meet new people and encourage them about STEM and dirt bike safety, which are two important things to Baltimore. I'm allowed to create bonds with other students that has led to forever friendship and trust. I can teach kids younger and older than me. They don't know much about our programming classes. Not only am I able to learn, but I'm also able to have fun doing something that I love, which is riding dirt bikes. As she mentioned, I've been doing it since I was around 3 or 4. So having somewhere that I can go and express myself with other people that love to do something that I do is very fun. And I've met a lot of people and got introduced to a lot of opportunities. We're constantly working on new things, new ideas for programming, and yeah.
And Treasure, have you recruited students into the program since you've been in it?
Yes, I've recruited one of my cousins actually, who also grew up riding dirt bikes. So they really like it. It's just sometimes it's hard for other girls to feel okay with being in a group full of boys because it's not normalized enough for girls to ride dirt bikes, which it should be, because it's not just a boys sport, it's also a girl sport. So.
Thank you. What do you think about that, Julian?
So I haven't been in the B360 program that long. Right now, I've only actually been here for about a month now. But in the short time that I have been here, I've realized how important that their work is. And I'm actually a student at the illustrious Morgan State University. And I'm actually not even from Baltimore. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And just seeing how everything is just coming together with this program, the work that they do with these kids. I met Treasure and her twin brother as well. Ebony is taking great care of me and has done just all the things that they do to make sure that these kids get these opportunities. And I'm working with her to set up trips and set up all these other type of, woohoo Morgan State, just set up all these different things with them. I think that's just such a dope thing to do. And I actually met them at a youth equity conference summit. I was one of the youth leaders that was kind of hosting and mediating and things of that nature. And I met them there, and I was a president of an organization called Smooth, Strong Men Overcoming Obstacles Through Hard Work. And now I got my people in my org to work with them to make sure that they can keep on doing the things that they do and get the right male presence that they need to make sure that these young males have a role model, and they have multiple role models of people doing the right things, and they get to ride their dirt bikes, and it doesn't define them as a certain type of person. Like, riding dirt bikes is just a fun thing to do. Like, that's really what it is. And I can't wait to ride my first one as well. We don't do that back home in Milwaukee yet as much, so, but it's just a really dope program, and B360 really does a great job with their outreach and making sure they're at the right place at the right time. And that's what really matters to me. And that's how you get out there and make sure these kids know that these opportunities are available.
Great, thank you very much. I want to also acknowledge we were joined as well by the state director for University of Maryland Extension, Niamani Fields is on the call. I wanted to give her a little shout out. We're going to move to question number 5. So we've talked about how many out of school time programs, have prepared students for success in college and career, but can out of school time programs be a pathway to employment in education? I think we've heard that there's a huge teacher shortage out there. What do you think about OST as being a stepping stone in preparing young people to work with other young people in the future? And I'm going to give this first to Heather.
Great, thank you. So I want to just thank Marley again because I can. And so thank you again, Marley, for joining us and talking about youth in government. Another one of the programs that I have the pleasure of supporting is called New Horizons 2, which supports 105 youth experiencing homelessness in workforce development. And it's just one of the most incredible programs. And so in the summer for us, in the morning, we do workforce development training and readiness. And in the afternoon, we do internships. And so when you think about going into education, first you have to ask students what they want to do. I think sometimes we forget that. And so we sit down and do career assessments. We talk about skill development, and we have a ton of students who are interested in working in that youth development or education space. And so for us, again, we do that safe space and learning in the morning, but then it's placing them in places to try it out. So if they want to be in, early childhood, can they go to a Head Start classroom? If they want to work in school and education, can we partner them with a community school coordinator or a teacher in one of our partner schools? And the answer is yes. And we've seen a lot of really great success in that. We've hired a lot of our students who are coming out of that program to work in camp, to work in Head Start, to get that certificate. And then we also work with them around college affordability. And so if they're interested in going into education, what's that next step for the 4-year college track look like for them? And so we've had a ton of success. A lot of that is about relationship building and having the right team in place to kind of ask those questions and create that safe space. But for us, we got some great feedback, as we've asked and reached out. 92% of them said they felt supported by an adult. 94% said they felt confident in what's next for them. And then we're finally getting those students into those Head Start classrooms right after school, if that's their next pathway. So lots of opportunities for engagement and a lot of interest to be in education. I think, again, it's just creating a safe space to try it out and make mistakes and feel supported and know that someone's gonna, instead of chastise you, teach you some skills and tricks to do better the next time around.
That's awesome. I love these pathways and the affordability of education is such an issue, and that's, I'm very, very happy you're addressing that. Kirsten, you also get the answer to this question.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. As we had touched on earlier, a lot of great out-of-school programs is working on what youth are interested in. And the cool thing about 4-H is that could be almost anything. That could be robotics, will be the example I use today. We have groups and clubs that meet and learn robotics, and sometimes it's all one age group, but most times it's a wide variety. You might have an 8-year-old in the same group as a 16, 17-year-old. And if we're doing more formal lessons, we do want to make sure we're teaching to the right ages and where they're at, but it also allows this awesome and unique opportunity for those older youth to learn leadership and teach the younger youth and bring them along. And those younger youth are going to be a lot more interested in the 17-year-old than what Kirsten is up there teaching them. So it's really impactful for both the younger youth and the older youth to learn about that. And it sparks them on teaching can be a passion. Like, I'm sharing my interest in robotics with this younger kid who also loves it. And I can help them learn how to program and code better and I'm not a robotics person, but learn how to move the robotic more precisely and try different things. And I think that we talk about like the spark in 4-H a lot. That spark can also help youth learn that they like teaching, they like educating. And then we can help them get to where they want to go. Is that a 2-year program to start with? Is it working on scholarships for a 4-year degree? You know, figuring out what mentors they need, what other support they need, we can get it for them. We're connected with, you know, the University of Maryland, which is awesome. And through 4-H, there are so many scholarships. And what Amy talked about earlier, we have so many community partners. So once they develop that spark, they can not only practice it within the 4-H, continue teaching and giving their experience, and then move forward onto a career path. And I find it's really rewarding when it works that way because they see the fun part of it first before some of the lesson plannings and classroom work kind of comes into it.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this short period of time with all of you. Now we're going to provide an opportunity for a few of you to ask the superintendent some questions. We want to thank everybody who submitted questions, and we definitely kept track of them, but we only have time for a few. So we're going to hear questions from Dina and Derek. Dina, do you want to pose your question? I have it if you don't have it.
I do have it.
Great.
Okay, you know, there are lots of questions about, you know, community resources and how we partner. And certainly we all have all of those partners that provide a lot of, programming for our youth, but we also find ourselves in need of funding. So what is available through MSDE to assist nonprofits with their program needs?
Question. Everyone has a version of this question. It doesn't matter what type of organization. So I think there's a couple things I would share on this one. One, of course, we have our well-known federal 21st Century Learning Centers grant. That is a well-known established grant. That just has existed for time. And then, you know, it's the one, I think there's two things I would share on this. Ultimately, it's about partnering effectively with organizations, with funding that the school system gets, and being able to tie each other's fates together to serve that community well, right? And we don't do that creatively, I would say. And so, you know, I can't just sound off grants to you because there isn't anything specifically just designed other than that 21st Century Learnings grant. But we recently did Maryland Leads, right? A few OST providers did apply to that, and they were part of, you know, our Transforming Neighborhoods communities through community school strategy. And, you know, there was different strategies for that, high quality school day tutoring, but that's a one-time state set aside. That moment's not coming back, right? We have our concentration of poverty grants that come through the blueprint, which are supposed to create community schools. For me, it's about high quality community schools, right? And ensuring that's done well, but you got to partner and you got to leverage your funding well. And we got to make sure school systems do that as well. And it's actually used for the purpose of what it's designed to do. So one of the things I've been thinking about is, how do I use things that go directly to the school system, but through the process in which they are talking about their plans, it is essentially like involve your community, and you need to give me your plan for that. You need to have a good data sharing agreement, and you got to make sure you work with each other. Like, that's what I've been looking at right now at MSDE, and just looking at how I can do that better, whether it's through classic Title I funding, the concentration of poverty school grant, other things that we give directly to the school system. And then, what ends up happening is they write something, it goes to them, but it doesn't necessarily come to you, or you necessarily form a partnership. So I'm thinking about how to get people, so your fates are intertwined. and that's the expression that I'll use. It takes a village. I'm really big on collective impact. I really am. Like, if you have not looked up collective impact, doing that well is how you transform a community. That's why the strategy in Maryland Leads was called Transforming Neighborhoods Through Community Schools, because you can launch a series of community schools and they could end up doing activities that are not reinforcing each other's work. How do you share the pot more effectively, and really track the trajectory of those children from birth through college completion or through career? That's how I think. That's how I plan to redesign the agency and grant making. So I just want you to look out for that, right? I wish I could just point to you and say, there's that, and that. And the vast majority of it is designed to ultimately go to school systems. But frankly, they need to be able to use, frankly, they also need to be held accountable to use that creatively to partner with you, because you're already there, right? I think about high quality school day tutoring. Teachers are overworked. We can redesign school schedules to bring a bench of tutors that come in from your organizations and work with kids and have alignment and reinforce each other, right? Mentoring, right? We can ensure kids have a high quality mentorship, like the program that we learned about, graduating 38 girls, 100% of them going to college. So I am also passionate about filling needs, to have an organization dedicated to the AAPI community. We are not a monolith. We've never been a monolith. I'm Bangladeshi. My parents were dirt poor until they fulfilled their American dream. And after schools provided childcare for them. So to see an organization like that. So I want to sometimes use the resources I have to ensure that we can also fill a need, our Latino community. I am coming from Texas and California. I have never seen so many organizations that lack the ability to talk to Latino families until I arrived in Maryland. And it is very disappointing. We are basically in step one. There's 100,000 English language learners, fastest growing demographic from the shore to the core. Also in the West, I shadowed a student, a Peruvian student. So I also want to use the funding, sometimes that is not enough, to give birth to organizations that push on a need, because I know equity matters too, frankly. And so I'll just stop there on that question. I wish I can give you boom, 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 but I can't give it in that way because it's just not designed like that. I think Ellie would agree with me. The last piece I would share with you is MSD also must do a good job in conducting workshops. Ellie and her organizations have filled that gap. I appreciated her once telling me, hey, you got to give us more time. And I appreciated responding to that. That was early on. I have not forgotten about that. We have to make sure that we capacity build. If you're a nonprofit, how do we help you navigate? There is such a thing as the time tax that government sometimes makes everyone go through. So if you're a mom and pop and you're not as seasoned and you're trying to fill a void, we should help you navigate that experience. Quality matters, but at the same time, helping you to try out a smart pilot also is important too. So I also have an eye for that as well too. So I'll just stop there. What's the next question?
Derek, you're up.
Thank you again, Superintendent. My question for you is, what do you see as the most significant benefit from partnering with outside service providers?
I feel like I've answered this a few different ways every day, but frankly, school systems can't do it alone. No way, they're not going to. It's not just enough to It's not just enough what happens in the classroom every day. It's what happens before and after school and weekends, because I know some of you offer programming and weekends as well. What is the benefit is continuous learning. It is making sure that we disrupt the research around most youth, right? It is that after school time where you can get in trouble, or you can, where you get that extra support, where it fills a void for families. It's all those things. I mean, I would not be state superintendent today without out-of-school providers. And there's no way we are implementing the blueprint for Maryland's future without out-of-school providers. And frankly, if we need to do a supplemental bill to see the role that they play, we need to do that. And I will go and testify for that, and we can do that. So you guys craft it. I will be the first one in line, because we are an independent agency. So, and the blueprint, they called about community schools, but at the end of the day, like I said, it is not. It needs to be designed to make sure your fates are intertwined. And so what do I see the benefit is? It's closing the achievement gap. It's making sure our families can work and know that their kids are in a safe place. It's making sure kids have a high quality mentor. It is all those things. It is making sure our Latino families have a safe place where they can hear their language and understand that it is an asset. It is making sure that the AAPI community is heard and is not treated like a monolith. It is all those things and more. And that is the benefit I see. I don't want to keep talking because I might say something that I need to not say as state superintendent, so I will just stop there for now.
Well, I'm fond of saying that that after school is the heart of a community school. And so as we're implementing community schools, that pillar of expanded learning is super important. I appreciate so much your passion on this, so thank you so much. I am going to just reflect on a few of the lively discussions that are happening in the YouTube chat. Shanae Tate commented that we need to advocate for more intentional and shared resources to bridge out-of-school time provider partnerships with LEAs. Yeah, I think just how we can build those partnerships stronger and better and make more clear relationships that are transformative, very important. And also, I want to acknowledge Eric, Kathy, Pilla, and John, who said this is a powerful conversation with so many change agents in just one meeting. So this is true. You are all those powerful change agents in your programs. And so it is our time to kind of wind down to our participants, interpreters, and those of you viewing on YouTube Live, MSDE. Thank you for joining us tonight for this community conversation on out-of-school time programs. MSDE wants to hear from all Marylanders, so they are asking for you to complete the strategic planning survey. You can find that at marylandpublicschools.org/survey. We'll also post a link to that in the chat. Please fill out the survey and share it with your communities. And we really thank you for joining us tonight. We look forward to working collaboratively with you. Superintendent Choudhury, do you want to provide any other closing remarks? And I also want to thank Dr. Wilcox for being here tonight from the board. Any last thoughts?
I think Julian said it best, and I'm going to use the word because I have not gotten to use it since I became a grown-up, but grown-up should use this word. You guys are all dope, and you do dope things every day, and we're going to do dope things for Maryland children, and MSDE will need to get better in order to do that. So do not forget that. So have a dope night. So we'll leave it at that.
On that point, thank you, everybody. Thank you, YouTube Live, and good night. Dope night.
Hey, I'm a trendsetter. Dope.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you all.